Hey everybody, welcome to today's topic, and we're going to talk about a huge fitness, phenomenon that's going on right now in the weight loss and fitness world, and that's called intermittent fasting. You've probably seen some article on it. You probably heard something about it. It is like the trend right now. So I wanted to step in and talk about intermittent fasting, explain what it is, what it can do for you. Is it safe? Does it work? And give you some tips on how to actually implement intermittent fasting into your lifestyle plan, because there are several different versions of it to talk about. So before we get into the intermittent fasting world and what that can do for you, if you'll take a moment, if you have not, and subscribe to the channel, and be sure and hit the little bell so that you get notifications when my videos are up for you to watch. That way you won't miss any of this important information that comes to you via the channel. And also, the channel is about a lot more than just weight loss and fitness. I have skincare tutorials, which is kind of what I've known for over the last 20 years. And also there are cooking segments on how to eat healthy, but also have it taste good. So be sure and take a moment and poke around the channel some and see if there aren't some topics that you might find useful for you outside of just the whole weight loss and fitness segments. So let's get started. Let's get right into it. What is intermittent fasting? All right, well, intermittent fasting is a way in which to kind of jumpstart or accelerate your weight loss. And basically it's moving calories around in your day within a week or a month so that you can accelerate your weight loss. So when you think about weight loss math, you have to take in less calories than you're burning, or you have to burn more calories than you're taking in. Then you know that this makes kind of some sense, right? Does it work? Yes, it does work, but there are some things you need to know and some tips that you need to have at hand to make this successful for you. So let's talk about what fasting is not. What fasting is not is starving yourself of food and calorie intake for more than 24 hours. When we talk about intermittent fasting, it is exactly as it sounds. It is predetermined amounts of time of fasting that you're going to be doing, and one of the three ways that I'm going to go over. But it is not starving yourself days on end to lose weight. That is not what intermittent fasting or appropriate fasting for weight loss is. Also, what it is not is just simple calorie reduction on a day-to-day basis. That is not fasting. That is a calorie reduction intake. Fasting is the absence of food for a predetermined amount of time. So now we know what fasting isn't. Let's talk about what fasting is. Fasting is the removal of calorie intake for 24 hours at a minimum on a predetermined amount of time, either every other day or twice a week or 3 times a week, or whatever you have predetermined. That is fasting. It is not taking any food. That's not liquid like water. That's food. Anything with calories, soft drinks, cooked food, non-cooked food, raw food, doesn't matter. It is no food, no calorie intake for at least 24 hours. That's the definition. That is what fasting is. The first one is alternate day fasting, and that's very, very easy to follow. It is that you can have any amount of food that you want on the days that you're not fasting, that you're not in that 24-hour period. So for example, you might go 7 days in your week, and you may choose Tuesday and Thursday that those are your fasting days, and you cut all the calories out on those 2 days. So what you're doing is you're altering the long-term intake of calories for that week. Weeks add into months, months add into years, and weight loss can occur over time that way, because you're actually removing that 2,000, 3,000, whatever calories that you're eating per day out of your diet on those particular preset days. So if you're 1,000 calories a day, which is average for women, that's the weight loss point for women to try to stick to when they're doing on the low calorie content diet for an ongoing basis, 1,000 calories a day for women, then that's 7,000 calories a month. By removing those calories on those predetermined days, in this example, Tuesday and Thursday, you now have 5,000 calories in that week, which makes a deficit of 2,000 calories, which is going to get you right under a pound of weight loss, more or less. It depends on your metabolism, because everybody's metabolism is a little bit different. But in general, 3,500 calories minus out of your dietary intake per week is going to lose you a pound of weight per week. Again, depends on your metabolism. So that is how the first type of intermittent fasting works. What about the second kind of intermittent fasting? Okay, so this particular kind of fasting is the 5-2 ratio method. And what that means is 5 days out of the week, you have whatever you want, many calories as you want. And on the other 2 days, you're only gonna take in 20% of your calories. So if you're on the 1,000 calorie intake for women, that's 200 or less calories on those days, on those 2 days. For men, it's 1,200 calories is the weight loss point per day to try to lose weight. So that would be 240 calories on the days that you're not having whatever you want. So basically it is having whatever you want, but on 2 days, rather than complete fasting, completely shutting out all intake of calories, you're allowed 20%, 200 for men, 240 for women. Again, same type of thing with the math. It will help you lose weight over time. You will lose about a half a pound to a pound in general per week. So that is a healthy weight loss. We don't want to see people starving themselves for days on end where you're losing 2 or 3 pounds a week. That is not good for you to do. That is not a healthy way to do it. Okay, let's talk about the third type of intermittent fasting. It is the one that I do all the time. It's a rule for me in my fitness plan, and it is called the 12-hour intermittent fasting plan, and it's a daily way to do fasting. And what that means is that in every day you keep your window of eating opportunity open for 12 hours maximum. I try to stick to 8, but 12 is the number maximum. That allows your body to have 12 complete hours of no food intake. So over time, what that does is it allows the body to burn off all of the blood sugar and begin to burn fat. So that's how that works. Whenever you're taking calories away this way, your body, your metabolism doesn't go into overdrive or crazy mode. And what that means is it's not looking to pack on fat because it thinks you're starving. You're getting to eat. You're just eating in a smaller window of the day, and you're not eating for the rest of the day. So again, if you're giving your body 12 to 14 hours of time to digest the food that you've eaten, it's going to do that, but then it's going to rely on fat for your metabolic processes. So that's what I do. It helps keep my weight in balance. So a great time to start this type of intermittent fasting is when you have lost the weight that you want to lose, or you're in your benchmark area and you want to start to begin to eat more normally within your caloric range, your daily calories that you're allowing yourself to have. This is a great way to begin to put that food back in without sabotaging all of the hard work that you've done. So what we learned here today is that weight loss of any kind is a mathematical equation that you must be burning more calories than you're taking in, or you must be taking in less calories than you're burning. There is no magic formula or pill outside of that makes a difference. Okay, here are 6 great tips. I know I said I was going to give you 5, but there's actually 6 now that I think about it. The first is water intake. Make sure that while you're fasting, you up your liquid intake of water. One, is going to help you feel less hungry. It's going to help your body burn off the fat and sugar that you do have in your system, and it's going to keep you hydrated and feeling good. It will keep the hunger pangs away. So as they kind of come up, try having some water before you eat anything. It will help fill the stomach. It will help shut off that signal that says, I'm hungry, I need to eat. The second thing to do, and this is so important, and that is please log your calories, whether you're using MyFitnessPal or Fitbit like I do. And I'll put the links to those in the video description box. But really, it's important to log those calories. That way you know what you're doing and you have a record of your progress, and you can clearly say, I'm telling you, when you don't look at it, I have this saying that you get what you inspect, not what you expect. When you try to do it in your head, you're gonna leave something out, you're gonna forget something that you ate, and your calories are gonna be off. And that's one of the number one things I see sabotage people when they're trying to lose weight. So log those calories, very important. That's number 2. Number 3 is to cut all sugar out of your diet while you're doing this. If you're on an intermittent fasting plan, really 3 and 4 go together, but 3 is to cut all sugars out. All processed foods, all sugars, even though you're allowed to have whatever calories you want. The tip number 4 is to fill that void with healthy, density-rich foods: peanuts, peanut butter, cheese, lean meats, seafood, fish. Yes, some starchy vegetables. This isn't a keto diet, this is intermittent fasting. So have healthy foods fill the void. If the calories are coming from the healthy foods and you're not cutting the sugar, you're gonna reach your calorie goals or your calorie reduction goals much easier. And let me tell you, when you take sugar away from the body and it has to rely on its own processes in fat to burn for energy, you're going to lose weight much faster. Sugar is like the biggest sabotage to a diet there is out there. So cut sugars. And 4, add density-rich foods. 5 is to ensure you're moving. You're not just not eating and sitting at work or sitting on the couch. Light cardio, 15, 20 minutes a day, 2 to 3 times a week. Lifting weights is a great boost to your metabolism. Just light weightlifting, squats, deep knee bends, curls, something to get those muscles, those larger muscle groups moving will help you burn more fat. You will lose weight much faster. So some light exercise is really important to add to the mix. And lastly, and this is a big one, give the process time to work. You didn't gain weight in 2 or 3 days, you gained it over time. So you need to give your process time to work. I always talk about put the scales away for a couple of weeks while you're doing this, because one of the things that happens when you start changing up your weight workouts and your weight loss routine is the body tends to get a little inflamed and hold more liquids and more water. So your weight can actually go up, and the scales can really sabotage you mentally. Put the scales away for a couple of weeks, give the process time to work, and I guarantee you will see results. So, is intermittent fasting safe? Yes, it is. It is safe when done appropriately and you're not starving yourself. And again, I say this on every video that I talk about this type of starting anything new. You want to check with your doctor to make sure you're in good health to start any diet or exercise plan. Very important that you know where you are on the health matrix, so that 1, you can see your progress, and 2, your doctor can be involved in that progress and help you along. There have been several studies done on this particular kind of dieting versus typical calorie reduction dieting. So what do the studies tell us? Well, first of all, they tell us that if you're doing a intermittent fasting routine or diet, you're going to lose 90% of your weight from fat. You're going to lose 10% of your weight from lean muscle. So no matter what you do when you start to lose fat, you lose muscle. It's another reason it's really important to add some weightlifting and some light exercise, some cardio to your overall plan, so that you can build that muscle back and replace the fat that you're losing with lean muscle, which will help you burn more fat. You've heard that a million times, I'm sure. So 90%, 10% on an intermittent fasting type of diet. On a regular calorie reduction diet, believe it or not, you're only going to lose 75% of your weight loss. 75% is going to be attributed to the fat loss. 25% of it is going to be attributed to muscle loss. So you're losing some muscle, which helps you burn fat. So it makes it a longer journey, a tougher journey, if you don't change your eating habits to one of these types of intermittent fasting plans. So there you have it. There are 3 that I recommend and that I ascribe to. And here are the tips that you needed to have to get going. So what I say to you is, what are you waiting for? Go out there, give it a shot. Save this video so you can come back and reference it again. And also, while we're on this topic, please ask questions, leave comments, share this information with people. Intermittent fasting is a huge trend right now. And the problem with trends is often they go kind of unchecked. So there's no expert around them. They get passed around and they get kind of convoluted and added on to and subtracted from. And it really can end up being something that they weren't in the beginning. So this is all based on studies. This is all based on fitness science, certified training science, and nutrition. So please share this information so that people have the right information in front of them, and so that they can be healthy and get on with their weight loss plan and their fitness plan in a very confident and secure way. So stay tuned. There's a lot more coming your way on this and many topics that are going to impact your health and your wellness.
Mm-hmm.